global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. We have a news for you, and the headline reads, the embattled EFCC boss has now been released. Alright, but before we continue with details of the news, if not subscribed to our channel, kindly hit the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our video. The news have it that the embattled suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, has been released from police custody. Magu, who was detained at the Force Criminal Investigation Department FCID in Abuja after 10 days in detention, was given his freedom on Wednesday evening by the Justice AGFMalami led presidential panel. Magu, who was arrested on July 6, 2020, over allegation of corruption, was accused of being unable to account for the interest accrued to recovered funds of about 550 billion naira. The suspended EFCC chairman was also accused of insubordination and purchase of property in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Before his release, Magu has written on Friday, July 10, to the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, demanding that he be granted bail from police custody. Magu lawyer Mr. Oluwatosin Ojaumo was reported to have made the bail demand in a letter to the IGP, but the IGP, in a letter to Magu's lawyer, directs him to channel his request for his client bail to the presidential panel investigating his activities in office. The IG said the police were not investigating Magu and is accordingly not being detained by the force by the panel headed by former president of the Court of Appeal, Justice AGFMalami. All right, that's the news. But before this even came up, there had been other news trailing it. For example, EFCC suspended boss made Nigerians to understand that he had not been appearing before the panel for almost 4 to 5 days, And I have my colleague here in the house, and we're going to be discussing this issue because nobody really expected that he would be released. Reason being that there had been no substantial clarification, on certain issues that have been raised against him. Now, looking at all of this, now that he has been released, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that this case will still be undergoing investigation, or he has been fully cleared?
Well, he has not been. There's no place where they said he has been fully cleared, just to protect his human rights. He has his rights, and don't forget that international bodies are watching the way we're playing this out. Let it not look like a case of one who is being cajoled or being enslaved, despite the fact that we're in democracy. So I guess that's why. And besides, he has already involved his lawyer here. So of course, you don't expect the lawyers to go there and begin to smile. They'll start quoting constitutions and human rights, and don't forget the word is watching. So even if they need to do anything, now that he has been released, so it has to be, if you have any substantial allegations against him, prove it, bring out the evidences, let's march to the court, okay, which is what I expect will happen. Then of course anything is possible in Nigeria already.
Now, another question that bothers the mind is the fact that he disclosed to Nigerians that he has not faced the panel in days, and also that he has not even seen the copy of allegation against him. What do you have to say about this? Because it's really troubling to get to know that from Thursday, he has not had that opportunity of, interacting with the people. According to him, he said they'll just bring him out from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Nothing will happen, and it keeps on just like that. And what do you think was behind all of this?
If you notice, okay, this could be a case of mind game, but if you notice, the presidency very early this morning had actually did some sort of upholding, cleaning up the senior top officials in EFCC. So I guess though they've kept him in custody, I feel maybe they're doing investigation in another place.
Okay.
That's something that will be so substantial to trace it back to him. It looks like even if they had spoken to him, they've realized. I'm feeling, this is just my perception and my perspective. I feel that maybe they have tried for 5 days. He's not going beyond what he's saying. So look, he's not going to talk beyond what he's talking. So the best thing to do is to look for how to get an ally, so to speak. So if you watch while he's in there for according to him, for 5 days, nobody has spoken to him. There have been changes in the office going on, which means,
and some of those people, according to most of the media houses, they said that there were some persons in their office that were brought in for investigation. So with all of that, I think
so this is a case of maybe attention has been shifted a little off him, because right now his lawyers are involved, so they're expecting, if you have any allegations, bring it out, bring it on, let's trash it out in a court of law. But as it is, Nigerians are watching. Really, Nigerians are expecting justice. If he's guilty, try him. If he's not, also try him and let him be found free, because Nigerians, the names they are calling, this is not thousands, so this is not even millions, this is billions.
Exactly.
These are generational monies you're talking about here. So Nigerians want to know what went wrong, what now happened, all these missing monies. If it's not Magu that you are now, so whose account did it go into? It's not really because it is Magu now, but why it is Magu is because he is the boss, or he's supposed to be the boss then in charge of the anti-graft of corruption. So if some monies are missing, he should be able to be the one to account for it. If he can't, lead us to the people who have been doing it, so that we'll know who to hold responsible. So Nigerians want to see this whole thing to its conclusive end, whether Magu or not.
Now another issue we want to look at is the case of taking him to court. Do you think that with what we are seeing, that the presidential probe panel will make their investigation known to Nigerians, or it's going to be submitted first to the president, and then possibly, if there's need, they'll charge him to court? Do you think Nigeria will get to know the content of the investigation, this thing report? Because most people are really, really interested, because at least they want to have something to leverage on, because according to information that we had gotten, that some persons have already written in petitions against him when he was being arrested, or when he was being invited to appear before the presidential panel. And some persons brought up their own application or petition that during the period he was in office, this was what he did, and all of that. Do you think that whatever they have gotten as feedback from the investigation will be made public for Nigerians to know?
It is ethically wrong if a case has gone to court. Media trial should not be encouraged. So that the judge will not be under pressure based on popular demand or popular opinion. I feel that this and other allegations that are coming up probably may be used and compiled against him or whoever it is that they will use as an ally in this case. So I think they won't want to make it public, but because of the quest for Nigerians and wanting to know what is going on, they may just give Nigerians a little idea of what is going on. But I think the whole thing will be tabled in front of the presidency. That's why it's called investigation, and it's done secretly. If not, it will be a public hearing, so that the whole Nigeria should see how it's going on. So I also feel that if they give the information out, that may give those who they're accusing enough time to prepare the defense, which is not too good for those who are doing the accusation, really.
All right, thank you very much. And then we're looking at also the case of him being reinstated if he's not found guilty, because all of these were allegations. But now a surprising thing is that why is it that he is not privy to the these allegations leveled against him? Because I believe that if he had been fully informed, or he sees those allegations, and at least he can prepare his mind to respond to it. But according to him, he said he has not gotten, he didn't get to see the allegation, who wrote it or whatever. He doesn't have an idea about it. And so the question is, now that they have released him, do you think that there's any possibility of him being given back his position? But in the past, the former EFCC, bosses, none of them ever returned back to their offices. Do you think that the case of Ibrahim Magu will be different?
If he's reinstated without clearing the air, Nigerians will be comfortable. Okay, that's as if they're being biased in their judgment. And when you say allegations, he doesn't know anything about the allegations, nothing was leveled against him. There's a way the questioning will go. You have an idea of what they're trying to nail you on. And don't forget that that's an anti-craft agent here. He knows, psychologically can decipher where the questions are headed. Yes, maybe he doesn't just want to mention the allegations, or yes, maybe he doesn't want to put words into the mouth of the investigative panel. But I do know something, that while he was in there, they were still busy investigating him.
Okay.
But for the issue of him being reinstated, that's left with the presidency, really. He's the one that appointed him.
But you know why I'm asking that question is because it has never happened before.
It has never. But I also fear that if he reinstates him without clearing the air, Nigerians will never trust EFCC's transparency anymore. So this needs to be trashed out and him totally exonerated from all corruption allegations. But then, if you're looking at it in that perspective, he needs to now start mentioning names, because the monies they're talking about truly are missing. But nobody's saying exactly where it is going. So he's saying he's not guilty. Others are saying so. He needs to clear the air.
All right, thank you very much. Guess what? There are a lot of other allegations against him, and we've heard the case of Adam Oshimile's file. I don't know if it's an allegation, but the media space, it's really filled with that Adam Oshimile's file was found in his house. And right now that the current guy on ground, I think Mohamed Omar, is already kickstarting the investigation and all of that. So we're going to get you guys updated about all of this as the news keep coming in. But that's where we're going to leave it. Go to our comment section, let us interact. What do you think about Ibrahim Magu? Now that he has been released, do you think that he will return back as the EFCC boss? Let's interact.